So many people ask me, hey Hima, I'm very interested to learn about finances, and that we see you that you have moved from becoming a software engineer to a financial professional. Can I do this? And if I can, like, what's the process? So they ask me this all the time. So to answer all those questions, this is the video. To understand how we work, let me just talk about our process. So we work with our clients in 4 steps. So the number one of that is we educate our clients on the personal finance concept and empower them. Then we identify their needs and gaps, and we ask them, what are their long-term, short-term, maybe mid-term financial goals, and based on that we are able to provide solutions to them. And in their financial planning, if we find any gaps, we also address them. So once we find the needs and the gaps, we provide the solutions to the clients. We work with the financial institutes who find the right solutions for the clients' needs and gaps. These solutions are provided across 2 sectors: investments and insurance. And the step number 4 is we implement these solutions for the clients in a phased manner, and we sit with them for a review, like from every 1 to 2 years, and we make sure that we are on track to meet their financial goals. So that was a brief discussion on how we work with the clients. So let me take that a step further and describe it more. So just now whatever I described, that all comes under these options. Like, to work with my team, you have multiple options. Like, we have options 4, how to work with my team. The option 1 is what I just described, the 4 steps, right? So the consultation is free. The consultation on financial planning, it doesn't cost anything to the client, and if the client go with the solutions which we provide to them, we get compensated by the financial institutes. The option number 2 is learning through Zoom trainings on personal finances, business and leadership skills. So this learning is done in 2 ways. The number 1 of that is structured learning, and number 2 of that is unstructured learning. In the unstructured learning, we have like a weekly Zoom calls. We have Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. On Monday it is 10 a.m. All this time are in PSTs, and on Saturday also it is on 10 a.m. PST, and on Wednesdays it is in 4 p.m. PST. So and on top of that, we have a personal team meeting which are on Monday 6 p.m. PST. So in these Zoom calls, we have different topics. So we are teaching about a lot of things, like personal finances. Sometimes the trainings are about product training. Sometimes it is about leaderships, communication. So if you are getting into this business, like, what are the ways you can market yourself, or how can you advertise yourself, or if you do get clients, how to talk to them, how to present to them. So all this we are teaching through this unstructured learning. And then we have something called structured learning also. So in the structured learning, we are like providing you discounted access to the courses. So to join our team, it costs you $125. This will give you access to this unstructured learning. To learn a little bit more, like to learn more and to practice this professionally, you have to enroll in structured learning. This cost about like $200, but with our discount you would get it for $40. This is a course which you register on Exam FX, and we have like 18 chapters in that, and you study and learn for this course. So this was like all about like learning. If your goal is only to learn, so this is like more than enough material for you to learn. But let's say you want to go to the next option, learn and earn. So that's our option number 3. So here what you do is you get license in your state of residence. So like I said, you enroll in this course, right? When you study for this course, you are like, you will be able to clear the licensing exam in your states. So once you clear those licenses, you will have a professional license. So let me discuss about what are those professional licenses. In our team, we are licensed across 2 verticals of the financial sector. The number 1 of that is insurance sector, and number 2 of that is investment sector. So here we work with different vendors to provide solutions across both these verticals. So in the insurance vertical, we have our licenses across life, health, disease and sickness along those 4 verticals. And here we are registered with the state administrator of your state. So when you write, when you are studying for this exam in the structural learning, and when you give your exam and pass it, you will be able to get your insurance license. So, and that is just a part of what we do. And we also have and sponsor FINRA licenses from our team. So for the FINRA licenses, if you are for the insurance license, guys, you do not need to be sponsored by any financial firm to pursue to obtain a financial insurance license. But to get investment license, to get FINRA licenses, you need to be sponsored by the financial firms. So we sponsor these licenses if you join our team for you. So for FINRA licenses, the basic FINRA license exam is SIE. In fact, this doesn't need any sponsorship. Even you can go and do this one. So but we have the other FINRA licenses like Series 6, Series 63, Series 65, Series 7, like so on. So we are very happy to sponsor these licenses for the people who join our team. And different licenses give you access to sell different kind of products. For example, Series 6 and 63 combined together allows you to sell mutual funds, allows you to open and manage 401ks for small businesses, and sell products like Rylas, which is Rylas are, guys, amazing product. This is one of the fastest growing financial products in US, I believe currently. They have year-on-year growth of 20% every year. So basically, Rylas are indexed link annuities where you are able to invest in, let's say, S&P, and they are providing some kind of a buffers in that. You want to invest in S&P, but you do not want to take the downside risk. We have a buffers built into this products, like 10%, 20% buffer. So it has a 20% buffer. So if the market goes down by 20%, you are not affected. Your portfolio stays put. And when the market is going up, maybe the returns are capped at certain level. So I mean, it depends on how you are configuring those products. So anyways, so those are some of the products which you are able to provide to the clients if you have those licenses. The Series 65 licenses, this is what your financial advisors at this big banks, you go to Merrill Lynch, Fidelity and all those, they have the Series 65 license for asset under management, and we are able to sponsor that license for you too. So yeah, and you need to study for those exams. We provide guidance how to study for those exams, how to clear those exams, and like I said, we sponsor those exams also for you, right? So those are professions licenses. And the next one is learn and earn. Once you have your professional licenses, you can take up your clients across these two verticals and provide solutions to them. And when they choose to go with your solution, you will be getting compensated. So, and also I would like to state that there is, like, broadly speaking, two ways to earn when you come to this profession. So the number one of that is, like, of course, when you get, like, are practicing this as a financial professional, you get compensated. That is one thing. But also you are earning better because you are better managing your own money. So, like, because you are aware of all the financial blind spots, how to invest, what are the different products and the good products. You are aware of everything which is behind, which you do not know about the investment world, and it helps you to make a very good decision about your own personal finances, which helps you to make money from the money which you already have. The option number 4 is, this is what I am doing. This is to build a business this is like you're building a business. For example, right now my client load is too much. I'm even unable to take the clients who are willing to come to me because my bucket is already full. So I'm looking to expand my team to help me, provide solutions to more people. I am looking to, build my team across different states, different cities, which I do by recruiting and mentoring them. So if you join our team, you will be learning all this from me and my team. We have lots of other resources, long forms of videos, product trainings, which we provide access to our team, and those access I'm not providing to the people who are not part of my team due to the regulation constraints. Let me answer a few of the questions which I asked frequently. People ask me, hey Hima, like, what kind of a time commitment this needs? So to join this team, I would say if you should have at least 4 to 5 hours free time in a week. That's a good start, because without that kind of a time commitment, you might not be able to see a good progress, especially if you want to do option 3 and option 4. For option 2, even lesser time commitment is good enough, but to do option 3 and 4, at least 4 to 5 hours per week is necessary. And many people ask, like, if to join our team, what are, like, do they need to do this full time, part time? So let me talk about that. Most of our team members, they are part-time into this. Once they start earning good money, that's when they quit their full-time jobs and do this full-time. So like I said, there's no need to quit your jobs to do this. You can do this simultaneously on the side, and once you see that this is you are making good money, you can always quit at that time. And also people ask me, hey, what kind of money is in there? So let me tell you guys, I was a software engineer in Apple, and if you are aware, like, companies pay very well in Silicon Valley for the software engineering field. So for me to come in this field, it has to make a financial sense also, right? So I'll not talk about what I make. I think it's a little bit I don't know, like, obnoxious to talk about what you make. So like, for example, my senior partner with whom I work very closely, he made a 650K last year. So there is a definitely huge potential to make very good money, especially if you have very good leadership skills. So there is no way you'll not be, successful in this business. And if you are coachable and you are ready to learn, this is going to be a great fit for you. Oh, let me talk about the visa requirements too. One of the important things is, at this time, H1 people are unable to join our team. You need to have valid work permissions in which you can work here, like H4 EAD, green card, citizenship, or those kind of visas. Even to learn, it's not allowed on H1 visa. Also guys, one of the very important things I want to state, that is, to join our team you will need to provide your social security, because we do a background check on you. Because if the background check doesn't come clean, we will not allow you to join our team. This is a financial industry and which is highly regulated, so there will be a background check which will be performed. It doesn't take much time, it literally takes like 2-3 minutes. If you provide your social security number, we do a very quick background check. And people ask me, hey Hima, how do I get started? To get started, I will give you a link, and when you click on the link, it will take you to a website in which, like, they will be asking you a basic questions, that do you hold any FINRA licenses or insurance licenses. You have to just check those answers. Then you have to provide your name, your social security, your address, and you will be asked, after that you will be prompted to make a payment of $125, which is to join our team. And literally this process itself takes just 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, and I will be providing you my code, and you need to enter that code to join my team. So that's all. There's a process, like it's literally a 10 minutes process. And if you think you are ready, or if you think I haven't answered any of your questions already, feel free to book a call with me, and in the call we can get started on the processes. And if you have any more questions, you can ask me those questions, and maybe later that we can get started on the process. So hope that was helpful guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.